Alright, let's talk about how much a 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft video costs to make. Here's everything I need to make one. A computer.
Already got it.
At least 2 Minecraft accounts.
Already got it.
The Adobe Master Collection CS6.
Already got it.
Blender. OBS. Fraps.
Already got it.
Licenses for sound effects. And licenses for music. So it costs between $55 and $110 to make a 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft video. That's not so bad. I can afford that. Oh wait, I forgot one. We also need to pay the dude who's gonna make the video. How much does he cost? Well, after adding up all his expenses over the last few years, it looks like we need to pay him about $20,000 a year, or about $1,700 a month. So a 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft video costs about $55 to $110, and then $1,700 for every month it's in production. Okay then, so how much does a 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft video make? Well, here's a chart showing how much each 50 Ways video since part 8 made, divided by how many months it took to make it. See this line? That's the point where a video breaks even. As you can see, these videos have been losing money since part 15. To keep making them, I've had to keep taking money out of my savings since 2022 to pay my bills. I can't keep doing that forever. If this keeps up, then at some point, I'm going to have to throw in the towel on this channel and get a real job. If you want new 50 Ways videos from this channel, then I should probably let you know that me getting a real job would almost certainly mean no new 50 Ways videos ever again. You see, making 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft sequels is a compromise between doing something boring that pays well and doing something I love to do so much I'd do it for free. It's not something I would willingly use my free time for, but it's still more fun and fulfilling than any job I've ever been paid to do. If it stops paying well enough to pay my bills and I have to get a more boring job to pick up the slack, I'm not going to use whatever free time I have left to work on another 50 Ways video when I could use it to make something I think is cooler instead. If I have to get a real job, then that'll be the end of the Jake Eyes 50 Ways to Die show. And the way things are going, I think that will probably happen around October this year. So why aren't these videos making a profit anymore? Well, that's an easy question to answer. It's because they're not being watched as much as they used to be. And why aren't they being watched as much as they used to be? Well, that's a much harder question to answer, especially since I don't really know why so many people used to watch them in the first place. The success of this franchise took me completely by surprise, and the fact that it kept growing in popularity all the way until 2020 still baffles me. Despite that, I've still got a few explanations for this channel falling off. The first is that maybe my new videos aren't as funny as the old ones, but that's not really a useful thing to consider unless I can figure out why. So if anyone has any insights about that, please leave them in the comments. Obviously, I don't think my new videos are any less funny than the old ones, but I'm obviously biased, so I could use some outside perspective. The drop in viewership might also be explained by the rise of so many other YouTubers making their own 50 Ways videos after mine, which may have made my videos get lost in the crowd. A whole bunch of these came out in the late 2010s, which was around the time my videos were getting the most views and just before they started to decline. I don't know if my videos were driving the 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft phrase up in the algorithm and a bunch of other channels were capitalizing on it, or if all those bigger channels brought my videos more attention or took it away. But there's no denying that there wasn't anything in the thumbnails or titles of my videos that made them look any better or different than theirs, so my videos may have gotten smothered by them. Another explanation for the lower viewership is the less frequent releases. I've heard it claimed before that the YouTube algorithm favors videos on channels that upload more frequently. That seems to hold true for my channel, because in 2021, the last year this channel made a profit, I released 3 new 50 Ways videos. In both of the years before that, I released 2, and the year before that, I released 4. In the next 3 years after 2021, I only released 4 total, which is only 1 1/3 per year on average. So why is it taking so long to make more 50 Ways videos now? Well, for starters, it's taking longer than it used to come up with new ways to die in Minecraft I haven't done already, although that by itself isn't that much of a problem. I spent 3 weeks brainstorming ideas for part 16, which is a lot, but it doesn't explain why, on average, it's been taking me almost 5 more months to make these videos than before. No, the real reason these videos took me so much longer to make is that I've been getting too ambitious lately. Part 15 had a segment in it that took me 8 months to animate, and the Create Plus video had several segments that each took more than a week all to themselves. Why have I been getting so ambitious with these videos? I'd say the reason for that is that I have to keep coming up with more and more elaborate ways to die in Minecraft to avoid doing the same ones over again. In fact, as the series has gone on, I've given up on limiting myself to ways you can actually die in regular Minecraft, and instead depicting ways to die in general using Minecraft machinima or Blender animations. But doing that not only takes more time, it also confuses new viewers who don't understand why this video called 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft has jokes about Toledo, Ohio, laxatives, and A10 warthogs, which might explain why the series hasn't grown since 2020. Not only is it taking longer and longer to make new 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft videos, but it's becoming riskier and riskier as fewer and fewer people come to watch them each time. So if the 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft series is so worn out and risky, why not make something else? Well, I've been trying to do that since 2016, but I've never managed to make anything anywhere near as popular or profitable as the 50 Ways videos. Even after their popularity's faded these last few years, my other attempts at videos haven't even gotten close to them, even if you factor in how much less time they take to make. And so, I kept going back to making 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft sequels. And now, even they aren't paying the bills anymore. The future of this channel looks bleak. But I still have reason to hope. First of all, while viewership has been going down these last few years, Patreon support has been going up. Nowhere near enough to save the channel yet, but it's still encouraging. Second, there were lots of great moments in my videos last year that tell me that I still got some of the magic. In fact, the trailer for 50 Ways to Die in Create Plus is currently my favorite thing I've ever made on YouTube. On top of that, I also gave the 50 Ways series a new mascot, which could deal with the problem I mentioned earlier about it getting lost in the crowd. Nobody's going to confuse Scully Macabra's 50 Ways to Die in RLcraft with some other 50 Ways video, so this series might finally have a chance to forge its own identity. And best of all, it would be an identity that could exist outside of Minecraft, since Scully can be adapted to fit into the art style of all kinds of other games. Introducing Scully to the show made me want to try the 50 Ways formula on other games besides Minecraft, which could solve the problem I've been having with coming up with new ideas. The way I see it, there are two paths forward for this channel. The first is making smaller videos like those trailers I make for 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft. And the second is making Scully Macabra brand 50 Ways videos about other games besides Minecraft. But what about 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft Part 17, I hear people asking. Well, I might still make that, but before we talk about it, let's talk about my plans for 2025. One of the big issues with this channel is that the videos most people come here to watch take me at least 4 months to make. In the times between those videos coming out, there's no activity on the channel, so people forget about it and the views dry up until the next one. To deal with that, I'm going to try making a small video every month from now on. Even though non-50 Ways videos don't get many views themselves, they have a tendency to bring more attention to my older videos. Releasing smaller videos more often might prevent YouTube from completely forgetting about my channel, so I'm going to use about the same amount of time I'd spend on a 50 Ways trailer each month to make a smaller video, then use whatever time is left in the month to work on the next 50 Ways video, which will probably be a Scully Macabra brand 50 Ways to Die in insert video game here. But what if I don't want a 50 Ways video about another game, you might say? What if I just want another 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft video? Well, I've already explained why I think making more sequels to 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft is a lost cause. But if I get enough Patreon support from people who think otherwise, that'll change my mind. Let's talk about my Patreon goals. As I explained earlier, I'm planning to spend the first week or two of each month working on a smaller video to keep the algorithm occupied. But if my Patreon reaches $600 per month, then every other month I'll drop the smaller video and focus completely on the next 50 Ways video. If my Patreon reaches $1,200 a month, then I'll drop the smaller video every month. And if my Patreon reaches $2,000 per month, I'll take off all the ads from my channel and they'll stay off as long as my Patreon stays over $2,000. I'll also release the 50 Ways videos to the general public as soon as they're done. One perk of supporting my Patreon that I've never advertised is that you get to see my videos as soon as I'm finished with them. Everyone else usually has to wait until the next big advertising window because when you only make, at most, 3 videos a year that anyone actually watches, you need to make sure they get published when ad revenue rates are the highest. But if I get enough direct support from Patreon, I won't have to worry about that anymore, so I'll just release my videos whenever they're done. Don't feel like you need to give a lot. There's a good chance I won't need more than $1 a month from any one person. In the month I released my most recent 50 Ways to Die video, YouTube tells me that I had over 100,000 unique returning viewers on my channel. I would only need about 2% of those people to give me $1 a month to reach my highest goal. So I don't necessarily need $20 from anyone. In fact, I prefer reaching these goals with $1 donations. Getting a new $20 patron is great, but it's always made me feel a little weird because I don't feel like there's ever been a year when all the videos I made were worth paying $240 to see. But $12, on the other hand, seems a lot more reasonable. Now, I mentioned earlier that if you want my next 50 Ways to Die video to be another one in Minecraft, you could convince me to do that with Patreon. To do that, support my Patreon and send me a direct message telling me that you only care about 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft specifically. If my Patreon goes over $1,200 a month, and more than half of that support is coming from patrons who tell me that they only care about 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft, then I'll make more 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm just going to do whatever I think will give my channel the best chance of surviving, which means 50 Ways to Die in some other game. If you don't feel like supporting my Patreon, you can also watch, like, share, and comment on my videos, because another way I'd be convinced to make part 17 is if the 50 Ways videos collectively get 4.5 million more views in the next 4 months. Another way you could help my channel is by getting a channel membership, but I'd rather people support my Patreon instead because Patreon gives me a much bigger cut of the revenue. So far, I've only ever got less than 50 cents for every dollar given through channel memberships. Buying my t-shirts is also not a good way to support the channel either, because they don't make much profit. Only buy a t-shirt if you want the t-shirt. You might be wondering at this point why I don't just do some sponsorships to support the channel. I don't want to do sponsorships if I can avoid them, because one thing I used to value about the stuff on the internet made by individuals was the lack of corporate incentives to mislead me. If some random Joe Schmo on the internet said that he really liked some mobile game he found, then I'd believe that he really liked that game and wasn't just telling me he liked it because a big scary skyscraper in a suit told him to. Sure, there were ads, but they were separated from the content the creator put up, so it still seemed like the opinions of the creator were real. It was very frustrating to watch sponsored ad segments show up on YouTube one day and ruin the goodwill I used to have for independent media. As for me, even though I just make stupid comedy videos about video games instead of spreading more important information, I still don't like having an incentive to mislead people, even if it is just to sell computer mice or whatever. I want to believe that my opinions aren't being influenced by interests beyond wanting to inform or entertain people, and I don't want whatever influence I've managed to grow as an internet video producer to be used to prop up products or services that might not deserve it. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing any sponsorships, even if it means giving up on YouTube entirely. That's all I have to say about the state of this channel for now. If something big comes up, I'll probably make a text post about it, so pay attention to my posts tab for updates. Thanks for watching this. I'm gonna go work on the next video now. Bye!